Platinum seems to be the cheapest of all the precious metals, so it could definitely be worth it to look at a platinum mining company. That's exactly what we're doing today. Hey, my name is Tucker Kraus, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Anglo-American Platinum. So before we do that, make sure to smash that like button. Now, let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. Today we're going to be taking a look at Anglo-American Platinum, trading with the ticker symbol ANGPY on over-the-counter exchanges, but they also have a South African listing if you'd prefer that. They're trading at $17.73 with a market cap of $28 billion, a PE of 6.1, very low, and a very high dividend of 7.02%. That's just some of the basic information here. Before we continue on, I would also like to say a huge thank you for 100 subscribers. Never thought I'd actually end up hitting that. That's really, really great that we managed to do that. So without wasting any more time, let's look at some of the stock charts here. No, nothing technical here because, frankly, I don't really know technical analysis, or how to do it, I should say, at this point. And so we can see here on the 1 year that they have pulled back significantly, like lots of the gold miners have, because, of course, the precious metals themselves have been. And that makes sense considering they have platinum in the name. And we can see over here that they have definitely ran up quite a bit in recent time, but they're still a decent ways off all-time highs, about $27 at the all-time high, and currently trading at about $17, so not too bad there. I'm just going over a couple of their slides out of their presentation, and the first one we have here is just going over ESG. Of course, they are working on decreasing deaths and making performance better, which, of course, most companies do. You always want that to be the case, and luckily in the first half of 2021, they have had no deaths. It's also good to see that when you're looking at production, they've already recovered to pre-2020 levels, which is a good thing, and it actually, in this case, has actually managed to beat it out, and actually beat it out slightly here to pre-2020 production, though there's the caveat, this is looking at the first half of each year, not the full year. Alright, so here we can see that they, of course, do plan over the long term, to be producing more. That makes sense. That's good to see that, they're not going to be declining. So the April split by asset, this just shows how many of each asset is, what percentage of that asset is what resource. And so we can see here that all of them except for one are plurality platinum, which is good to see since I'm very bullish on platinum, me personally. You'll have your own opinions on that. But because a lot of these other PGMs have ran up significantly more than platinum, they could be facing a pullback, but not completely sure there, of course. And in general, I like that this is plurality platinum. They're going to be able to take great advantage of this platinum bull market. So quickly looking at their dividend, that looks, of course, massive, though it does seem that, okay, their dividend's likely going to calm back down a bit if they go back to a more usual 40% payout ratio like they've had in the past, compared to this massive 100%. I'm guessing that's more of a one-time thing. So again, we could see their dividend fall a little bit, or well, actually significantly, depending how low of a payout ratio they go for. So CapEx, they of course expect it to decrease because it's largely due to a breakthrough project because they are still developing more mines, of course. And so we'll at least see the CapEx come down over the next few years, which is good to see. I'm not really going to be going over the platinum market since I did recently do a short on a small part of it. Though something to note that wasn't in that little video is that the PGMs are of course going to benefit from autocatalysts in vehicles with Titan emissions and later on in hydrogen fuel cells. Also note, all of their operations are in Zimbabwe and South Africa, just so you can decide on what's the political risk with these guys. To quickly touch on their revenue history, we can see here that these are in South African rand millions, not in US dollars, because that would be absolutely insane amounts when we're talking US dollars. Over the last 10 years, we've had a 11.5% CAGR, and we've really seen it ramp up since about 2018 here. For net income, it's a similar story, all very flat through most of these years, but has gone absolutely crazy in just the last couple years. Likely due to, of course, lots of the platinum group metals having gone crazy in just the last couple years, except for really platinum itself. On to just some management numbers here, we can see return on invested capital and return on equity. In both cases, they look really, really good, though of course, something like return on equity and my simplified version of return on invested capital can be easy to fake, so this could be exaggerated, but if it's not, these look really, really good. Now, on to the discounted free cash flow models I've set up. So I both have the weighted average cost of capital as a discount rate, as well as just a base 10%, but they're basically identical. Either way, we see about $25 as their fair value when we assume 10% revenue growth, which to be fair makes sense since net income has had about 25% CAGR going back the last 10 years and revenue about 11.5. So you can see in this case about 44% upside, which does seem pretty good. Could go well above that, of course, if we see platinum go on a big bull run.
all in all, it does look decent, though that just doesn't look like as massive as a run-up as you could see in, say, a uranium stock. Though, of course, there's a big difference in market cap and risk there. But either way, it still does look fairly decent, though it could be worth it to look at competing platinum miners in the future. So without further ado, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.